What's going on, everybody? We are live right now. I see one person on there. I'm going to let her wait a couple minutes before I start. Let a couple more people join in. Right now I'm making the pudding for the banana pudding today. We'll get more into that later. Today I'm over a Facebook follower's house. She was kindly enough to let me come into her home and cook live for you guys. So, you know, give a good applause for her. She's a real cool person. She let a stranger, tall black man, come in the house and cook food. You know, I really appreciate that. Not too many people out there let people come in and use their home and do all of that. But she's a real cool person. You know, if you want to, you know, give her some kind of appreciation, you can let her know her name. How you say your name on Facebook?
Christy Rank.
Christy Rank. So big shout out to Christy Rank for letting the chef come in her home and experiment. And now I just got to concentrate on this pudding while I'm talking because I don't want it to burn while it's cooking. But for those people out there, as you guys know, I'm in a Carly Hall contest trying to get on her show. And how I do that is, you guys know, you got to vote for me free. You can vote free for me every day on Facebook. Or if you feel extra generous, you can give a donation to the James Beard Foundation, which is a good foundation. It's like the mecca for all chefs and all things cooking. And they do really good work out there and everything. So if you guys want to donate and give a brother a couple extra votes, you can do that. You guys can see it all on my Facebook page. And there's links everywhere. You can link in and click and vote. You know, it'd be kind of cool to go on that TV show and get that exposure and, you know, put my work and food out there and let everybody know that, you know, Chef Callie's in the house. So make sure you guys vote while you're watching. Brian, I see you. Vote for a player. I know I beat you in fantasy football, but hey, don't take that too personal. Vote for me, you know what I mean? So right now, what we're going to do today, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to make banana pudding the old school way, but we're going to put a little twist to it. What we're going to do is we're going to use it with cornbread. You guys know about my deep fried cornbread. Now I'm going to take it a little further and take the cornbread and put it with the banana pudding. And then I'm going to take it even further than that. I'm going to add some Bananas Foster's to it. Now, I don't know if you guys know what Bananas Foster's is. Bananas Foster's is basically a topping that you put on ice cream. You know, from New Orleans, it's just basically an ice cream topping. But I come to find out that you can put that Bananas Foster topping on everything. You can put it on ice cream, put it on pancakes. You can use it as a topping for a cake, pie, whatever. But since we're making banana pudding, I'm gonna use Bananas Foster just to give it that little extra zing. And as you guys know, all Bananas Fosters, I don't know if you guys know, but the main ingredient that we're using on Bananas Foster today is some Muddy River with spice rum. Carolina spice rum. If you're in Carolina, you might as well use Carolina spice rum. And since I'm a chef and one of our jobs is to taste all the product, let me go ahead and just make sure that this Carolina rum is on the up and up, you know. Let me just see. Salud. Woo! Well, you feel it about right here. You feel it right there. Right there. I'm telling you, that's some good stuff right there. Y'all need to go out and get some of this. Real good. And it almost has like a little banana-y taste to it. So it'll accent the banana pudding real good. So, make sure this is still going. It takes a while for this pudding to go. I use cornstarch and the egg yolks to make the custard pudding. And it takes a little minute to thicken up. But I don't want to cook it too fast, because then if you cook it too fast, it'll burn on you. So I'm going to just turn it up a little bit. Keep an eye on that. And while that's going, I'm going to go ahead and get the Bananas Foster going. And what I'm going to use for the Bananas Foster, I'm going to use a half a cup of butter. Use about 3/4 cup of brown sugar. And of course, the bananas. And to give it a good little taste, we're going to use some of this vanilla extract. This is a vanilla bean paste. It's better than a vanilla extract because it actually has a vanilla bean, little black dots in there. It's real good and it's real concentrate, so only a little drop will do you. And then we're going to sprinkle a little cinnamon in there just to give it that little spicy taste to it. So I'm going to turn this on and get that butter melting. Once that butter gets to melt, then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. I'm going to jump back over here and check my pudding. It's getting thicker, but I don't want to rush it because I don't want to burn. And the trick to making a custard is you got to heat your milk and get it to a temperature, and then you slowly pour your egg mixture in there. Now, if you pour it in there too fast, it'll cook before it incorporates, so it'll kind of basically turn into scrambled eggs, basically. So you want to temper it. You want to slowly add it to the mixture and then bring it all together, and then it'll look something like this. I don't know if you can see it too good, but it's getting thick there. I'm going to go ahead and turn it up just a little bit more, but I got to make sure I stay on it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut these bananas up. Where's my little thingy thing at? Here we go. Use my remote control and have you follow me this way. Oh, let me turn it on. I got this Pivo Pod, which is kind of cool. It's got that AI technology to it, and it follows you where you go. So if you want to go this way, it'll just bring it over this way. Pretty tight, huh? So now what I'm going to do, put on some gloves. I'm going to start slicing up some bananas and getting that ready for my Bananas Foster. Let me check my pudding real quick. It's getting thick. Now I'm going to chop this banana up into small little pieces, because what I'm going to eventually do is I'm going to put the bananas in there so I can just drizzle the Bananas Foster glaze on top of the banana pudding. I'll show you that later. You constantly got to keep an eye on this because this can burn easy. I'm going to cut my bananas the oblong way. I don't know if that's the correct term, but it's kind of like this. It makes it look longer instead of just cutting them straight circles, and put a little design to it. If you guys never had Bananas Fosters, you guys should go out and get some. It's very good. One of my favorite things to make. It's in there sizzling. My butter, it's all right. My butter is all melted. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the brown sugar in there. Let that start getting it. Basically, what Bananas Fosters is basically a caramel, a banana flavored caramel. Is basically what it is, and that's what I'm basically making. Stir that up a little bit, get that going on in there. As you can see, it's melting really good. And basically, it's a quick version of making caramel. Brown sugar, butter, you cook it until it gets real incorporated with one another. And then when you add the banana, just make it a banana flavored, caramel. Get that going real good. Let me check my pudding. There it is. It's bubbling. I almost got it, but I caught it just in time. As you can see right there. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna pour this out so it can cool down, because I'm gonna pour this on to the Bananas Foster. But I don't want to pour it on there too hot. I want to let it cool down, give it a chance to cool down. You got it all good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of butter to it, just to give it that glossy taste, that glossy look, the shine. I'm going to cut it straight into the done pudding. And I'll just mix that in there. Let me tin this real quick. There we go. Starting to go good. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put the rum in there. Woo! It knows what's happening. This knows what's happening. They argue right now, but they're going to make up real quick. See, they already made, it's all good. They already squashed all the beef. It's all good. So I'm going to cook that a little bit more and let that little bit of that alcohol burn out, but not too much. And while that's going on there, I'm going to go ahead and drop the bananas in there. Give it a little dash of cinnamon, just a little bit. And I'm going to put a little drop of this vanilla paste in there. Oh, this is going to be good. Put this back on the heat and let that come together. See, it's already starting to look like caramel. You know, I don't know if you can see, but it's already kind of look like caramel bananas. That's going to go real good. We're going to drizzle that over the top. Take that off the heat. Let's get back to this pudding over here. It's got that butter in there and it's melted. So I'm going to just stir that up real quick. Just drop that on in there. Maybe I'll turn this a little bit and let y'all see it ooze out. See? That's pudding. That's pudding right there. Let that pour that out into a smaller dish so it can cool down a little quicker. Spread it out. Pudding, baby. Homemade pudding. I'm going to let that chill right there for a minute. Clean up my mess. Now we get back over here to this Bananas Foster. It's all ready. I'm going to show y'all what I'm working with. I'm about to pour it in this little fancy dish. Check it out. I'm going to turn it over this way. You can see it fall down. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Look at that. That's caramel, baby. That's Bananas Foster's right there. Ooh, doggy. You ever realize you do something and you just toot your own horn, you know, you're just like, damn, good. Only if y'all can smell this. Smell-o-vision, like a scratch and sniff right there. Only people I can smell that. So now, we got our Bananas Foster. We got our pudding. What we're going to do now, we're going to get the cornbread ready. Now, when you make the cornbread, you can make it from scratch. You can use Jiffy cornbread in a box, whatever you want, you know. But I would have went ahead and done that, but y'all already know how to make Jiffy cornbread. So I already got something in the oven magically done. Bam. Good old cornbread. You gonna eat your cornbread? I have to throw that in there. But I got the cornbread right here. You got the Bananas Foster. And we got the pudding. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this knife here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that, loosen up the edges. Because when I pour that banana pudding on here, I want it to seep all down into it and everything. See, I like some people like their banana pudding, when they put the wafers in there, they don't like them to get too soggy. Some people like them nice and soggy. And some people don't like soggy wafers at all. But I like my banana pudding the same consistency as a tiramisu cake. I don't know if you guys ever cut into a tiramisu. I've seen them. You know how they cut it and you can see all the layers with the lady fingers in there. That's how I like to eat my banana pudding. And this is the kind of style that I'm going to go with. So what I'm going to do, just to make sure it all seeps down, and I'm going to cut the edges. You see the edge right here? I'm going to make a little room in there. And I would poke holes in this, but what I'm going to do, I really want that pudding to seep in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut down into it. Just cut slices. You know, kind of, you know how to be neat. Just cut it up. Cut it up like that. You know. Now, in order for it to incorporate into the bread pudding, I like to put it in there a little warm. I mean, not the bread pudding, the banana pudding. Put it in a little warm so it can kind of marinate together. So I'm going to just go ahead and scoop that out. Yeah, put it all on there. Now what I'm doing is just spreading it out, putting it right on top of the cornbread like that. Very easy. It's basically almost done. But I like to let it put it in there, and I like to put it in the refrigerator so it can get nice and cold and chill, so when you take it out, it'll be a nice cool dessert. So now what would you do now is you would take this, you know, some people, this is now how it gets, you know, like everybody does. They'll take their wafers, you know what I mean, they'll put it on the top, lace the top, and all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and just lace a couple pieces right here on top, you know. And then some people like to take a banana and kind of use it as a garnish and put it on top as well. Take a couple slices of this. And people usually make it and they put it off like this. This is like the old traditional banana pudding. But this banana pudding has a little secret. It has cornbread at the bottom. Now, I had made one already, you know. I had made one previously before the live video, and I just wanted to show you the steps on how to make it. But I made the other one a little bit different. I used a cheesecake pan. When the sides come off, I put the cornbread at the bottom. I put a layer of wafers and some bananas, and then I put some more pudding on top of that. And then I have it in the refrigerator chilling. So now when I take it out, I can take the sides off the cheesecake pan and I can, you know, cut it nice and neat. Because I was thinking on how I was going to plate it. Because this is the first time I did this with you guys today. And I was thinking on how to plate it. And usually when you go to people's house or somewhere, you get some banana pudding, they get a spoon, scoop it out and plop it on your plate and blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to try to take it up a little more notches than that and try to make it a little fancy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, let it cool. I'm going to put it in my make-believe refrigerator. Well, I got one right here, but I just ain't got no room. And now, still cooking. This is what I did before. It's got the pudding on top. It's got the layer of vanilla wafers, bananas, and then the cornbread. So when I take it out, it'll look good. And what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this cookie cutter. I'm going to just put it out, cut it like that, and put it on a plate so it'll look nice and neat. So we'll do that together right now. We'll work on plating. Plating is important. So let me turn this around a little bit. So now, let me just prepare just in case of a mess. Like I said, this is a total experiment today. You guys are the first ones to ever seen this put together. I don't think nobody's made banana pudding with cornbread. And I'm learning how to do it as we go along because I'm straight up inventing this as we speak. So this is like a test kitchen video. So I got it right here. I'm going to pop the sides. Hopefully it won't stick to it. It might have a little, this is still fresh. It ain't set in the refrigerator long, but hopefully it'll still hold to it a little bit. We're all gonna find out. See, drum roll, here we go. It's holding up pretty good. I mean, if it was set in the refrigerator, it'll stay more, but it's holding up pretty good. As you can see, my little concept was coming to a little bit. You see the cornbread and the layers. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take this, what's my plate I'm gonna use? I'm gonna use this plate right here because it's a nice dark plate, and whatever's sitting on top that's light is kind of stand out. So, you know, we're experimenting with plating as we speak too. So here you go. Let's try it. You know, put this like a cookie cutter shape I'm using. I want to make a round dish. So I'm gonna press this down. Here we go. I'm just trying to do something a little extra. You guys can serve this how you want it. Scoop it in a bowl, pudding style, but I'm trying to kick it up a notch, and it looks like it's working so far. Take my glove off. Let's see. Go something like this. Make sure it's all the way down. Okay, there it go. It's in there. Clean it off a little bit. All experiment. Here we go. Put it on this plate and see if it'll. Huh. Not bad. Not bad at all. Kind of banana pudding. You guys see the layer of cornbread. You got the bananas and the wafers in the middle. You got another layer of cornbread. And in the middle is also pudding, and we got pudding on the top. It's not too bad. It'll probably look really, really good. You let it sit. And then like this right here, how I cut it out, you can, oh, this is still all good right here. Now you can just get you a spoon. Oh, okay. Get a spoon. You know, you can still take it right there and just, you know, put it in there like that, like regular. You know, then you have the banana pudding with the cornbread. Serve it like this with the whipped cream on top and whatnot. So now, what we're gonna do, we're gonna garnish this little piece. We're gonna make it look good. So let me cut some bananas on there. First, let's get this whipped cream. I'll go bust some whipped cream.
Close the door. Push the little button.
Oh, fancy. She got one of them fancy refrigerators. I got one of them old school refrigerators. You open it, the light might come on, it might not. You can get fancy if you want to, and you make your own whipped cream and put it on there, but we're just doing this kind of quick light. So we're going to use this old school, right here, the old school whip. Uh-oh. We're going to probably cover this whole top. So here we go. I'm going to put it like right now, put it on the edges. Then we'll put it on, just might as well go ahead and put it all on the top. All right. Now, we'll garnish it with a couple of bananas, slices. Put a couple banana slices on there. Maybe a couple of wafer cookies on top of there. Just for show. And then we'll drizzle It's a little warm, but it might melt a little bit. But it's all experiment. It's our first time I've done it. I'm gonna take a spoon and just go like this with it. You know, it's kind of falling apart. Like I said, it's fresh, but there. Bananas Foster's pudding cornbread type of deal. So now, come on in here. We got the lady inside the house. Yeah, again, I might need another spoon.
It's over there.
Okay. I haven't even tasted this myself. So we're all gonna taste this together. We're all gonna evaluate it together. The man, come on in here. Don't be afraid. Come on in, look shy.
It smells delicious.
These are the people. Come on in here. Here we go. This is Miss Rank. Rank and Mr. and Mrs. Rank. There's a kind people that let me come in their house and do this. And we're all going to taste this creation that I just made up right now. So here we go. Make sure you get a little bit of everything in there.
I love your Bananas Foster.
Yeah, Bananas Foster is good. Here you go. Let's see what it do.
Mmm. That is really good. He's going in again.
It's like a kind of cakey. A cakey with a lot of filling in it.
It's got a better texture than, because like you said you like tiramisu, I don't.
Yeah.
So I think like a cake would make it too mushy.
Yeah, I make it too much. It's firm. Like when I make the deep fried cornbread, when I fry it, it does something to it, where it's like more cake. This is good, but you take, the cornbread, it's a little grainy. Not to me, not to you. To you?
No, I don't like a mushy.
Yeah.
So
see, if it would have had time and did it, it would have set in and incorporate, and the pudding was melt on in the cornbread. But yeah, the taste is there.
Calified Banana Foster's banana pudding.
Made with
cornbread
and Carolina whiskey. Rum. Pretty good.
Very good.
Very good.
Pretty good. I'm hard on my. It's all right.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're being hard on yourself because it is good.
There's a lot of stuff I can do to it. I can reduce the cornbread. I think it has too much cornbread for me.
That would be a dessert for like 4 people.
Yeah, you can definitely share this.
And it's, for that size that you did.
It can,
So I think that might be why you're getting more.
Yeah,
but
either go less on the cornbread or more on the pudding. But it's totally fixable and adjustable. The taste is there. It's good. I love it.
Very good.
Very good.
Yay.
I like to give thanks to the nice people here that volunteered at their lovely home. I didn't want to do it in my house because it's too ghetto in there. And give them a round of applause. And just remember, you guys, I'm out here in the community trying to cook and bring food to the community. So vote for Chef Cal on Favorite Chef. You can vote free every day for once. And if you feel froggy enough, you can slide a little donation, and I get triple the votes. For every $1 you donate is a vote I get. And I have the links on my Facebook page on all the pictures I post. Just click that and hook a brother up. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you.
And hope you get to taste this soon.
Yes, it's coming soon.
Thank you, Chef Cal.
No problem. Thank you guys for letting me come over and do this and mess up your kitchen.
Anytime.